Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. It's time for another exciting episode of Mind Equals Blown. I'm Brenda G, and I'm here with my cohort in crime, Matt Haas. He's from all things YouTube and all things piano and all things wood-related and all things...
unrelated.
All things shenanigans and all things pumpkin spice. And
I rolled over the 1 year mark for Piano Awesome. I've celebrated my 1 year anniversary on this YouTube channel. So I'm
it
happy
can't be that
that.
long.
12 months.
You just started that about what, a month ago?
12. It seems like a month, but yeah, it's 12.
Good golly.
Yeah. Be sure and tell Dave Gatton because he's very interested in my piano endeavors. So if you see him before I do,
how in the heck is that possible that you have done that long? That can't be true.
YouTube doesn't lie. The video's timestamped, the first post.
Holy smoke.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started playing piano for about 6 months and then I created the channel because I didn't want to create the channel on day one. Like, that's a little much. Ding, 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 ding. That's not any fun to watch someone do that basic of.
But you posted your first video a year ago?
A year ago, yeah.
Holy crap. I can't believe that.
I did. Yeah, I did. I posted a few piano videos on Awesome Fun Things, but then I thought this is enough of a departure that it warranted its own channel. And then Piano Awesome became its own channel. So,
the older I get, the faster time goes.
I know, right?
When I was a kid, it was like time just drug on forever. And now you snap your fingers and a whole year's gone by.
I know. I posted a memory on Facebook 6 years ago. And, the kids are all grown up. I was with little kids and the kids are all grown up. I'm like, it's just six years went by like that.
Yeah. Yeah. A friend of mine posted a picture of his granddaughter 8 years ago on her birthday. And I thought, I remember when she was born and look how big she is. And then he turned around and he posted a picture of her with her birthday now. And she's 16.
Oh, man.
I'm like, how did this happen? I remember when
time accelerates.
I remember when her mother was in high school.
We got some people in the house here
yes,
today.
Yes, we do. We got Jim Dockrell out there. We got Steve with Harneal Media. Oh, see, I'm practicing. We got Anna B Workshop in the house. Hello, Anna B. Good to see you. Terry Marker is in the house. Good to see you. Hey, share this out.
Jay Grady was in earlier.
Yeah, Jay Grady was in there earlier.
Oh, there's Jay Grady now. Hi, Jay.
There she is. Bless her heart.
Went into hibernation for a couple of minutes. That's fine. All good here.
Jay Birdie, I need to talk to you. Lord have mercy. I want to talk to you so bad. I think that's why she showed up. See, because I've been thinking about her so much that, it's that telepathy thing.
Yeah. She said she's got it right. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm certainly having fun. I was hanging out with some high school friends this last Sunday, and I was like, we were talking about our ages. Now, I had just rolled over my 50th birthday this year, and I was like, yeah, but my mind's still like I'm 17. Like, I haven't changed at all. My mentality, my humor.
Well, see, I think of it like this. I'm not getting older. I'm getting better.
Right.
Because back when I was 17, I was just a little scared to death kid. And, I wasn't as boisterous as I am today. I was a little quieter and a little meeker. But now I just tell like it is anytime I want to and just get the megaphone out and get out on the porch, holler at people going up and down the street.
You're kicking butt and taking names. It's true. It's true. Your posts have been getting You know, you have a different flavor of posts now on Facebook, and I'm digging them. I'm digging them.
Yeah, anybody that's not friended me over on Facebook, you don't know what you're missing over there. You need to friend me, and you know, if we don't have any friends in common, then you need to send me something on Messenger or something, you know, and let me know that, hey, we don't have any friends in common, but I'm messaging you, because that's, if we got friends in common, then I'll approve you and let you on in.
Brenda
But
Gibson is who you look for.
yeah,
On
you look for
Facebook.
Brenda Gibson on
Mel
Facebook.
Mel showed up. Hi, Mel Mel. And Jim Bashirs is here.
Good to see both of you.
It's good
Welcome,
to see Anna,
welcome.
too. She's over in the UK somewhere, I believe.
Yeah.
You have these late night drop-ins. I think you are. Gosh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I get some of them confused too, you know, and that gets embarrassing when you know, get them confused.
She's somewhere in the northern hemisphere.
I'm going to address Mel first there. Mel, he's in one of the boroughs up there in New York City.
Okay.
And I hear they're doing lockdown up there. Mel, are you locked down again? And Jim Bashirs has not come in the room yet, has he? I have
He's
not.
here. Yes.
Is he here?
Jim He's here under his first name, last name, not Driveway Workshop.
Okay. Well, Jim, you need to, you know, tell us about your plans for Monday. I heard that you're going on a vacation. He wishes.
Yeah, he's getting some work done.
Hey, getting snipped.
Get lots of ice packs. No, it's not that. Just certain zip codes, Mel responded back.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, New York is in bad, like the entire state is facing hardships. And it's not just around the coof. It's around just money issues. There's a lot of issues in New York State. Well, New York, and Manhattan has its own its own problems. But I know a lot of people that live in upstate New York, and just the whole state is dealing with problems.
Yeah, I had not heard about the zip code thing. I just heard there were certain boroughs that were going to be shut down, and so, you know, automatically I thought of Mel because I know he lives up there. But
my colleague is in New Jersey, but that's like the epicenter of everything. Yeah,
Joyzy.
Yeah, Joyzy. Yep, New Jersey. Yep. Praying for you, man. Jim's talking about stuff Jim talks about. Jim Dockrell, I should say. Do we say hi to Jim Dockrell?
Jim Dockrell. Jim Dockrell in the house, my brother from another mother. He's moving to the North Pole because he wants to help Santa Claus make stuff up there. He's going to be the head elf.
Well, he might not be able to move the workbench that he built because it probably weighs a metric ton or multiple metric tons. This thing is solid.
I want to know how in the world Jim Dockrell was able to buy and move into a church
without lightning striking him down.
Yeah.
I was on the 3D like experience of the property because he posted the real estate listing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool feature where you can kind of slide through and look around and go to the next room and look around. Yeah.
I live next door.
He's got a nice stage area. Like we can put the piano over there and then the amplifiers and we could jam out.
Yeah. I live next door to a church and I'm scared.
I do not recommend living next to churches because of all the loud bells.
Well, they used to play music over there 3 times a day for 20 minutes at a time. Then they did it 4 times a day, and I think somebody finally got on them about it because they've stopped that. So, well, I don't hear them anymore with that part, but I do have lots of traffic, and you know that gets a bit frustrating.
I told you about my friend that lived in Middletown, Pennsylvania. It's the loudest place on the planet because it was right next door to a church. Bells always going off. It's just a little street, you know, with one direction each side, and then parking on the side,
right,
and then apartments or houses or whatever. Tractor trailers, because it kind of connected to the main drag a couple blocks up. So tractor trailers were always 18-wheelers, got the church bells. Train tracks, you could hit a baseball to the train track. And then it was right on top of Harrisburg International Airport where the planes fly. It was so noisy. Planes, trains,
and
tractor trailers, and church bells. And it was right there. I drive past that place every time I get my hair cut because I go out of town to get my hair cut. And I'm like, thank God I don't live there.
Yeah.
I never lived there. My friend lived there, but I used to visit. And I was like, oh my God. It's so full of no. N-O exclamation mark.
Well, other than the church traffic, it's fairly quiet here. I mean,
that's good.
We don't have a noise ordinance in this town, so they have a tendency, young people with their motorcycles and with their I don't know what you call them beatbox things that they put in their cars. They drive down the street and it rattles my windows and knocks my pictures off the wall.
Our town's noise ordinance. Oh, we got some new people. TNS Record is here, and Mr. Doughboy 356. Welcome.
Why is my?
You got to scroll down.
I've scrolled all the way to the bottom, and it hasn't changed in like 10 minutes.
Put something in there. I'm gonna say something. See if you see it.
My chat's not moving
correctly. There you go. Yep. Maybe something's half frozen.
Something's messed up. So, okay. Well, all right. When I unpop it, I had it popped out. When I unpop it, stuff comes off to it.
Sometimes you got to rejigger it. Mr. Doughboy says, you should hear how loud my Nova is. Oh, boy. So what was I saying?
I used to date a fella who drove a Nova. You saying how much you wanted to live next door to a church with the church bells chiming?
Yeah, that's ain't gonna happen.
David Jones is in the house.
My Portal Woodworks.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to have someone in the house that owns 8 bandsaws.
I used to date a fella that drove a Nova, and this was back when I was in high school. And I think I told this story once that I went out with him, and I'd never been in a Nova or any car that had bucket seats in it before. And there was this stick between the seats thing that I didn't know what the hell that thing was. And so finally I got nerve enough to ask him, and I said, what is that thing? It had a little button on the end of it, and it sit down between the seats, and you push that button up and it would raise up thing. And I said, what's that thing? And he started laughing, and he says, well,
I'm sharing something if you want to put it up.
He says, that's the ejector button. And if you do something I don't like, I'll eject you out. Scared the hell out of me. I went home, told my mother about that, and she just laughed and laughed. She says, you don't know what that is? I said, no. She says, that's them new emergency brakes that they put in the cars. Yeah, I felt like an idiot.
There's the Nova. Is that what it looked like?
His was yellow, but it had the black stripe thing there on the front of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the noise ordinance. Our noise ordinance, this is what I wanted to say. If the noise has a purpose, it's not against the law. Like if someone turned their truck on and it was really loud starting up, like that wouldn't qualify as against the ordinance. Mm-hmm. But if someone's just walking with a boombox, that would be against the ordinance.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
I mean, they don't have livestock ordinances here in town either. And I have thought on many occasions about pressing that. Because I'm a farm girl. Well, I miss my critters.
I learned that each residence can have 2 chickens. So.
Well, I brought this up to the neighbor lady one day. We was out in the yard talking, and the fella that mows her yard, he is just a real stickler, and so I was over there, I was talking about I needed to shoot some squirrels. He says, you can't shoot nothing in town. You can't discharge a firearm. And I said, well, somebody's got to thin these squirrels out. Ain't nobody else doing it. And I said, we're allowed to have all these squirrels in town. I said, and by the way, I'm probably going to get me some goats. And his eyes got about like this. And I said, well, they haven't got any livestock ordinance in this town. So I figured that I could get me some goats, put them back there in the backyard, and maybe a pig or two. And he's like, you can't do that. And I said, there's no ordinance against it. And they said, well, we'll have to get that changed. And I said, well, then I better hurry and get them quick so it'll be grandfathered in.
That's right. Simply Wooden Creations is here. Hi, Russ.
Hey, Russ, good to see you. Glad you're in the house. Hope everything's going well.
He says he's late. That's okay. You can drop in anytime. We don't care. Glad you're here.
Better late than never.
Mm-hmm.
I think we finally got the electricity straightened out in the garage now. And next step is going to be to get the side door. I got the side door. Now I got to get it installed. So that's going to be the next thing. Get it installed and painted. I got the hardware for it and everything. So
then that's it, right?
Then I think, well, other than there's some cleaning that I need to do out there and sweeping the floor and that sort of thing. Won't take too long to get that done. But that should be the end of the garage stuff for this year. Next spring, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to finally start going through all the stuff that I got out there that I haven't gone through yet.
Gotcha. Corey Mace showed up. Hi, Corey.
Hey, Corey.
Or Carrie. I'm sorry.
Carrie Mace. Good to see you.
My eyes aren't working as good as they used to.
Yeah, poor thing. He's just getting so old and feeble.
I have been dealing with some stuff too. It's not fun.
He thinks he's been dealing with some stuff. Give him a few more years.
Yep.
I'm bound to die long before you do, and I'm going to be there in spirit for you.
I want to take a pill and have everything stop hurting, and just have everything just start working.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
That would be wonderful.
Oh my gosh! Now if they made something like
methamphetamines. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I don't touch that stuff.
No, I'm with my arthritis and stuff. I sleep with a heating pad, and I got 2 or 3 jars of stuff that I smear on me to try to that painkiller stuff that you put on your skin. I got a bunch of that different kind of stuff that I switch off. And say, well, we'll try this one today. It's roulette. You put them on
the flavor of the day.
Yeah, you put them on a lazy Susan and you spin that sucker and you say, okay, which one flies off first? That's the one I'm going to use today.
The wheel of ointments.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the game show for the elderly.
Yeah, so I'm on conference calls and I'm like, doing those type of things. Like, well, Matt, I didn't think that was that bad of an idea. I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm dealing with a health issue. Just don't pay any attention to me.
Oh my. Well, hey, I snuck back over to Ohio today.
Oh.
Because see, they won't let me in there willingly.
Did you tiptoe across the line?
I have to slip in through the back roads, I had to go over to the VW dealer. They had a recall issue on the emission system on my automobile. Needed some kind of upgrade to the electronic board some way. I don't know what they did. They took it back there and dealt with it. And then they asked me, he sticks his head in and he says, would you like for me to wash it for you too? And I said, bless your heart. Yes, please do. And he just kind of looked over top of his mask, he just kind of looking at me big eyed. And I said, hey, I know it's dirty. You're not telling me anything I didn't already know. That blue color on that car picks up everything but men and money.
Jeez. Ooh.
So he washed it for me and they did whatever the upgrade thing was on it. And then I snuck back over here to Indiana because I was afraid they'd catch me at the border and not let me back.
Oh my goodness. I'm glad you made the trip safely.
It's always an adventure when I go anywhere. Let's see. And nobody knows come in. Have you all been sharing this out? We're going to do a giveaway here in a few minutes. I do a giveaway here every week. And we give away something whether you like it or not.
As Brenda's ticker says on her Heifer Havens, share, share, share.
Yeah.
Don't forget to share.
Share. I put up a Heifer Haven last week, and I'm going to put up another one tonight.
Ooh, good. Hey, Corkboard TV's here. Hi, Corkboard.
Hey, Corkboard, good to see you. That's Scott.
I have his sticker on my sticker board.
He's up there in Canadistan.
Oh, Canada.
Are they keeping you up there now? They won't let you back down here in the States for the winter? I noticed a video you had up the other day. You're still up in Canadistan, and it's getting probably kind of cold up there.
It's always chilly up top.
Brenda loves giving it away. Not many take her, though. Yeah, you got a point there. That's true. They run the other way now.
I thought you get lots of propositions from guys all over the web.
Not me. Now, Susie Q. My cousin Susie Q. Lord.
Susie
They're
Q.
all after Susie Q.
You got to keep a close eye on Susie Q.
I tell you what. I'd give anything to be as sexy as her. She got it going on now.
Oh.
Everybody wanting to date her.
Oh, now Jim made it home. He wants to know what he missed.
Well, we was talking about you. How you's gonna go have your vacation next week and get snipped.
And then Jim Dockrell thought you were going to have something done that probably wouldn't be surprising coming from Jim Dockrell's suggestion. He says you missed the best part.
Yeah, if you're not here to defend yourself, we make it up as we go along.
Hey, I know that firsthand. I'm gone for the first 4 minutes of the show, and already there's a whole litany of. Yeah. We just make it up as we go along. That's what I used to tell people when I was the president of the radio club. You know, I'd have a meeting and they'd start making up excuses not to come, and I said, "Oh, that's fine. Don't come. Please don't. Because if you're not there, we have somebody to talk about." That was the best way to get them to show up. It's the reverse incentive. Yeah.
They'd all show up then to, keep me from talking about them. At least defend themselves.
Oh, Jay Grady, she's got to get back to work.
Well, bless your heart, honey. I hope to hear from you again soon. She says she's going to be listening, though. Well, we can't make nothing up about it then, can we? She's gonna
drop a like on your way out, please.
Thanks for coming, sweetie. Appreciate it. And Jim says, well, it's not a sex change operation. I flipped a coin with Matt, and he lost with his operation.
Stop.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, which button do we get to push for you tonight?
The red one.
Well, there's 2 red buttons.
Oh, I forgot to push it.
Bless your heart.
I've been really busy. All right, I just put a like on the video. That's what we're talking about. If I forget to put a like on the Mind Equals Blown video, then I get punished by the bless your heart button.
But see, then you pushed it, so
that was easy.
Okay, here we go. Hey, Mr. Javi's here from Javi's Woodshop.
Good to see you, Javi. Welcome to our shenanigans show, where you never know what's going to be said or done next.
Javi's planning to build a castle next to a lake in Florida.
Yeah.
He's doing some property management, and he's going to build a house. His final dream home.
Is he going to have a moat? Because there's gators down there.
He's got a lake. And he's got more bamboo than you know what to do with. Javi, I was thinking about you. I went into CVS, the drugstore, and on the wall, there were these little bamboo shoots for $13. I'm like, not happening. Because I know the havoc it has wreaked on my friend Javi. Swamp Castle. One day, my son, this will all be yours. What was that that movie? Son, cast your eyes. What do you see? He's looking out the window. He goes, the curtains. No, outside the window. There was a comedy making fun of that very classic line. But yeah.
Well, now if he's going to have a castle, he's got to have a moat and a drawbridge.
That's true.
And there's plenty of gators down there to populate the moat.
Well, knowing Javi, if he wants it, he'll get it.
And then I'd go to Home Depot and I'd get me one of them fire-breathing dragons that they've got as a Halloween decoration.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I'd keep that in the yard year-round.
Nice. Oh, Corkboard TV says the border is still closed, but I can fly to Arizona. Well, that's weird because, like, Canada's the ice box and Arizona's the oven because it's very hot in Arizona.
So he can fly to Arizona, so they're keeping the friendly skies open, huh? Well, how are you going to do that when they've laid off 38,000 people from the airlines in the last week? Yeah. Who's flying the plane? That's what I'd want to know. You've laid everybody off.
Oh, no. Jim's asking Javi if he put out his python and iguana traps. Are they such a problem you need to trap them? Wow. Crazy.
Python and iguana traps.
I watched one of those videos where something was eating the livestock and they thought it was like a fox or something. So they put one of those traps that, pulls up like a
snare.
Yeah, like a snare. It was this huge snake because they put a little cam on it and had it running 24/7. And they finally tripped and they thought it would be like a fox or some sort of small mammal. No, it was this massive python. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, he says bats and hawks are what he sees. Okay. Those are two animals you would want to have because they clear out the nasties.
Well, on the hawks, it depends on if you're raising small livestock, poultry and that kind of thing. You don't really want hawks around because then you got to put netting and stuff over top of your aviaries and stuff to keep hawks and eagles and predatory birds.
Yeah, I was at someone's house that had chickens and they go under the porch or on the porch. And that's enough to keep predators from swooping down.
Yeah.
And bats. Do you know how many mosquitoes bats eat in a single day? It's obscene, the number of mosquitoes. They should install bats on a grid throughout the United States. Just get rid of every mosquito.
Every once in a while, if I'm sitting out on the patio at night and have the lights on out, out in the back, I can see the bats flying back there eating the bugs and stuff. Yeah.
I was at a picnic and there were bats flying overhead. Now, it wasn't a whole swarm, but it was like bat. Like they were coming that often. And I had my camera out there and I was trying to and I must have took 100 snaps trying to catch a bat in the frame where it wasn't just a blur. And out of about 100, one came out. I was like, I'll take it.
Yep. They're quick. You see them out on the farm all the time. When I lived on the farm, we had one of them security lights in the driveway. And at night in the summertime, the bugs was all congregated around that light, and here come the bats.
Speaking of catching things on film that are hard to catch,
me,
wow, that's good too. Mars, the planet Mars, is as close to the Earth as it will be in 20 years.
Yeah.
So if you have any type of telescope, now is the time. This is like the last month that it's going to be
able to see Marvin.
Well, you know what you should do? This is really crazy. The volcano on Mars is called Olympus Mons, and it is like 3 times taller than Mount Everest. It's so big that if that part of the planet is facing you when you look at it, and it's starting to tip around the back of it, you can see the volcano from Earth. It's that big because the shadow just goes on for miles. So there was a YouTuber that did that. He set up his telescope. He was ready to film it every night, and he only had 3 good nights. But yeah, I would like to do that. Oh, you do it's here. Hi, you do it.
Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah,
we're going to be doing a giveaway here very, very shortly, and that won't be long. I've got a number written down on a piece of paper that has been hermetically sealed in a mason jar since 8 o'clock this morning, sitting out on Funkin' Wagnall's porch. And on that piece of paper, there's a number written, and it's written out, spelled out on this piece of paper. That number is between 34 and 46. Between 34 and 46. Now, if you want to enter the giveaway, what you're going to do, not until I say go, but what you're going to do is you're going to guess what that number is that I have written down on the piece of paper.
You have to say go first before you guess.
Yeah, I haven't said go yet. Slow down. The number is between 34 and 46. I love how they follow directions. And I haven't said go yet. Now, if you guess the number correctly, you will win the prize. If you're the first one to guess the number correctly, you will get the prize. Now,
Javi, stop guessing.
Good Lord Almighty. Oh, if you want to try for the bonus, what you do after the number you guess, you put a slash mark, and then you guess how many capitals that I, Brenda G, put in that word that I wrote down on a piece of paper. If you get that number correct, you will get the bonus prize. And I won't tell you what the bonus prize is until after you win.
Okay. These people are chomping at the bit. Can we switch it up? Can we do the drawing now and then you show the prizes after we get the winner?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay.
That way they don't know what they're going to get.
Yeah.
It could be a dog turd rolled in sugar for all they know. Hey.
if you're outside of the United States, you would have to pay shipping. Or if you're outside the United States and you win and you don't want to pay the shipping, you can pick someone else in the chat and gift it to them.
That's right.
So that saves on postage.
Okay. Are they clear that the number is between 34 and 46?
All numbers chosen up to this point are nullified.
That's right.
You can repick them if you want. Okay.
Go.
All right. I put a little note in the chat with the instructions. And remember to do a slash and then guess the number of. Okay.
We got a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
We got a winner. That is Corkboard TV is the winner with number 39. However, he did not get the bonus. And I'm going to let Matt figure out how many capital letters are in that word.
5, yeah.
See, I love to watch him do it because his eyes roll around in his head as he reads that.
I work in publishing. That would not fly. We'd have to pay the proofreaders extra to proof your manuscript.
Now, Corkboard got it with 39. Now, he lives in Canadistan. So does he want to pay the shipping for the prize, or does he want to gift it to somebody else? Does that comic sense? That's Brenda G. That's Brenda G.
It's Brenda Sands.
Right. Corkboard, you won. Do you want to pay the shipping to get a prize, or do you want to gift it to somebody else? Because if you want to gift it to somebody else, I'll let them pick what they want.
Oh,
I have
he
a
has a
mailing
mailing
address in
address in
Arizona.
Arizona.
Okay.
Okay.
So he wants it sent to him. Okay.
Now
And
show him the possible prizes.
and he'll have to get me his address. Now we got 4 things up here. First one, I've got this clear case. Can't really see. It's got pieces of styrofoam in it. It's a clear case for a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, and that's the 6.9-inch camera. Okay, so I've got that. And you know, I'll give you the choice on these. This is an iPhone case, a black iPhone case. All right. So if you don't have the Android, you got the iPhone. If you want a phone case, I got them. I have for toddlers. Oh, I always come up with something for the youngins. This is a little play mat. Comes in a little carrying case, and it's a play mat that's got little critters.
Oh, jungle animals.
All kinds of zoo, jungle creatures and stuff in there. And it comes in a real nice box, too. I took it out so you could see what it was, but it comes in a real nice gift in the box. And so that makes a nice Christmas present for the toddlers if you got little ones in the family. I have one of these sock aids for pulling your socks on. If you have trouble bending over to get your socks on, you got a bad back, got issues that you need a little help, you put your sock over that plastic part, and then you grab them ropes and you pull it right up over your foot.
Russ Meadows is here. Hi, Russ.
Hey, Russ. Good to see you. I have new in the box a mug. Brenda G's Designs coffee mug. It says Brenda's Crafty, be like Brenda. So this is my mug, but yours is new, still in the box. So you can let me know which prize you want, Scott, and then go over to Messenger on Facebook or I don't know, however you want to send it to me, your address, so I have your mailing address and can send it to you.
And let her know what you want: the mug, the sock, the play mat, or the phone case.
To MSP. My granddaughter is there. I'll email you the address. Is that Mississippi? Is that what MSP is?
Well, I would know it if it was 2 letters, but I would think
MSP. I'm wondering where's an MSP? If it's in the United States, I can mail it there. My post office sends it to any place. So send me whatever address. And it's
okay. Minneapolis. Okay.
Okay. Critter thing.
You got it. Congratulations, Scott from Corkboard TV.
All right. I'll put that sticky note right on there so I don't forget what I'm doing. Cool. Congratulations, Scott.
We have a fun, mind-blowing fact that's not a real fact from Jim Dockrell, not surprisingly. He says, you know you're getting old when you visit a haunted house and leave with an application.
Some of the haunted places around are going to stay open this year, and some of them ain't.
I'm starting to see them advertised in Pennsylvania. We've got a huge haunted thing. There's 5 attractions you can buy the Super Pass and spend all night there. Yeah, it's insane.
There was a list that came out the other day of a bunch of them that wasn't going to be open this year. And then I've seen sprinklings here and there of some of them that's going to go ahead and do the Halloween thing. They're going to have Beggars Night here in town. Like they've already put that up. You know, there's some places that say, oh, we can't have Beggars Night.
That's trick or treat, I presume.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm giving out ramen noodles. Instead of trick or treat, they better say chicken or beef.
I saw that. You're like the Coneheads. Do you remember the Conehead sketch from Saturday Night Live? They never quite could catch on to human traditions, and trick or treaters would come to the door. They would scoop out scrambled eggs and put it in their mouth, and then give them 6 packs of beer.
I gave out apples last year, and some of the kids, oh my gosh, I never seen such ungrateful children in my life. And I thought, well, okay, we'll fix that next year. You're getting ramen.
Oh,
We'll take care of this right away.
I like to be the neighbor that gives out the full-size candy bars.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to do that. My first year here, I'd lived here like a week, and it was Beggars Night. So I kind of went all out, and I gave all the kids full-size candy bars. Oh, yes, they were all ecstatic over that. But you give them an apple, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
You'd think you punched them in the mouth or something.
I wonder what candy bar, full-size candy bar, would warrant the best reaction.
They love the Snickers. I did Snickers.
Yeah. I have a theory, though.
Okay.
I think the what's it called? The crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery, not Clark bar. It's the oh shoot, forgot it. It's the yellow one. The yellow one.
Payday?
No. It's the bit
of honey.
Not bit of honey. It's not Twix. Oh shoot. Oh man, I forget what it's called. I was just looking for them on Amazon because I wanted to buy them. Butterfinger, that's it.
Butterfingers.
Those tend to get the most reaction because they're yellow and they're big. I think the Snickers, you can look, if you're not paying attention, it just looks like a small one because it's dark, has a dark wrapper.
Well, just go all out and get the big Hershey. The great big Hershey
the
bars.
5-pounders.
The ones you go back in the bakery aisle, or has the cakes and cake mixes and stuff.
Well, you can get the 5-pound Hershey bar at Hershey Chocolate World, which is 40 minutes from my house, Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, get that big Dove bars. I mean, all of them come in big sizes.
Oh, look at this! You do it. Says you suck, Matt. Now I got to run to CVS and grab some Butterfingers. It's just a good trick or treat candy bar. They're probably horrible for you.
Did you see what Doc wrote?
No, parents don't bring their kids to my door anymore. I kept asking what they would do for a Klondike bar. Oh, Jim, no. No. Good God.
He's giving me ideas.
Now, Jim Shears is alluding he should get his ice cream bicycle truck license. No, don't give him. See, Jim Shears, don't egg him on. Cease.
Yeah, they used to have an ice cream truck here in town that would go down the street with a little, music playing.
Yeah.
As it went down the street, and they stopped that. And I think it was my fault because see, I'm too old to chase after the ice cream truck, so I had these stop sticks that I just throw out in front of it when it came down the street.
Jeez.
Blow the tires out.
You know what I got from the candy truck, the ice cream truck? Choco tacos. Did you ever have a Choco taco?
No.
Oh, it's delicious. It's got like a sugar cone, but that's the taco. It's made out of that sugar cone stuff.
Okay.
And then it's ice cream and chocolate mixed in with some nuts on the top to look like the taco meat. Freaking delicious.
Jim Shears says stop stick is BrendaG's code for laying naked in front of the truck. No, I was just bored with nails in it. I just fling it out there in the streets on a rope. I can just fling it out there.
Yeah.
He'd run over and blow his tires. And so while he's out there trying to change the tires, I'm back here taking all the ice cream out of the back of the truck.
I saw this craft project for Halloween and thought of you. It was the social distancing Halloween candy dispenser. Someone took a 4-inch tube of a 4-inch pipe and made it look like a ghost. And then you drop the candy in the one side, it goes down, it lands in the basket. Yeah.
you go. They had one with a super shooter, sort of like those water guns, only it was filled with candy.
Okay. Yep. Those little Nerf shooters. Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah, you can stand at your front door. They could be out at the street. You can nail them with a candy bar upside the head. Fill it full of gumballs.
Yeah. I would sit out on a chair on my porch and then just give out the candy that way. I like doing that.
Well, I did that the first year, but since then it's been pretty cold every Halloween.
You got to dress appropriately.
Yeah, after a couple hours, you're about to freeze to death out there doing that. So I just sit inside the front door and I leave the porch light on, and then I can open the door and throw an apple at them.
Or ramen this year.
Yeah, this year it'll be ramen.
Leonard Davis is here. Hi, Leonard.
I'll get my fling down, so that
you get a ramen. You get a ramen.
Yeah, be like a karate chop when I fling them.
Maz 42. Hi, Maz.
Yeah, load up a paintball gun with jawbreakers. Hey, Maz, how's everything going down there in Australia, in the down under land? Y'all celebrate Halloween down there? They pass out candy and have kids dress up for Halloween and come to your door? It's always interesting to see how they do things in other countries, because they kind of look at us sometimes, some of the stuff we do, and think, what?
One of the groups I hang out with on Facebook groups, they're like, we should do a Zoom Halloween party where we dress up. I'm like, okay. And then someone said, is it family friendly? I was like, it's clothing optional. And they're like, yes, it's family friendly. I'm like, it's always one buzzkill in the group, isn't
there? Streaming Elements put out there the Brenda G's Etsy store. Got the URL there. I put a whole bunch of stuff in the Etsy store the other day, getting ready for Christmas.
Oh, baby.
There'll probably be some more stuff go on before the end of the month, but hey, gearing up. Because I heard on the radio the other day that 82% of the people that were polled have already started their Christmas shopping this year.
That's
a bunch.
That's a bunch, yeah. Maz 42 confirmed Halloween is the same as in the U.S.
Did the pigeon arrive at my mailbox yet? No pigeon to my mailbox yet. Pigeons are flying slower this year. People have been complaining a lot about how slow the mail is. We just get slower and slower and slower. And Pony Express, I think, would be faster in some cases. But yeah, it's taken a couple weeks. I had a complaint at my bank over something that they had done to my checking account. I couldn't make any sense out of what they did, and I couldn't get any answers on the phone. So I just went up there, waited for the manager, and got a hold of her. And I explained to her what I was seeing. She looked it up on her computer, and she says, "Yeah, that's what it's doing." She says, "Well, I don't know either. Let me talk to some people." She finally comes back in, and she says, "Okay, here's what they did. And then they sent you a letter explaining what they did. So in the next couple of days, you'll get a letter." 2 weeks later. Now, my bank is right here in town. Okay. 2 weeks later, I get the letter. And it was postmarked 4 days after I'd been to the bank.
Oh, Mom.
I thought, well, if it was sitting there at the bank, she could have handed me the letter and said, they've written you this letter. They just haven't mailed it yet. So here you go.
Yeah, postal communications are not very good. Iron Fire Horse is here. Hi, Iron Fire Horse.
Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everything's going good in your part of the world. Yeah, not doing too bad here. The weather has been mild. It's been in the 60s, lower 70s during the day, down in the 40s at night. The other day it got down to the 30s, though. That was chilly. I had to turn the heat on for Fred, my bird.
Oh, we have not turned the heat on yet. We're waiting.
I put in one room. He's in one room, and so the rest of the place. Well, the rest of the place I usually don't heat too much anyway. But for his room, I do keep it heated for him. I don't want to make him sick.
Yeah. Well, it's like the house cools down at night, obviously, but then during the day, there's a couple hours where it's like 73, 75, 78. Open all the windows, warm up the house, and then close all the windows, and you can make it to the next cycle. Not that we're cheap. I run hot. I like it cool. Like, in my opinion, the weather outside is like free air conditioning in the summertime. That's the way I think about it.
Well, my arthritis doesn't like it cold.
I don't like it cold. I like it cool.
Well, anything below 68 to my body is cold. It gets below 68 degrees and my arthritis just starts screaming. And I sleep with a heating pad almost year round anyway for my arthritis.
Hey, Portal Woodworks got the first Christmas orders at the shop 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
Got to get those Christmas orders worked on.
Yep. If you're making special things for Christmas, better be getting them knocked out.
People have been asking me on the YouTubes if I can make some of the lawn ornament candy canes, because that's my 6th most watched video, and I'm like, sorry, I don't do orders.
Yeah, it's summer down in Australia. Mom says it's getting hot down there, and
that's how it works.
Yeah, we're getting cooler here. Yeah, I haven't wrapped up the air conditioner yet. That's going to happen in the next week, where I seal up the air conditioner to keep the cold out of the house.
Well, our house was upgraded when we bought the house, so we have, thankfully, central air.
You live in one of them upscale houses, then one of them fancy houses that's got a furnace and air conditioning that comes in through the air ducts. See, I don't even have air ducts here. I got wind air conditioners and I got baseboard heaters that almost work. And
baseboard heaters, the electrical ones,
yeah,
they just suck money out of you. Because I was
tell me about it.
My old house, we were like, this can't be right. Maybe they're old, so we replaced them with new electric baseboard heaters. It takes the same amount of electricity.
Yep.
And I used to get so mad because in the wintertime, my young son would leave the door open, and it takes so long to heat the house with the electric baseboard heaters. And it's so expensive. I'm like, under no circumstances leave that door open in the wintertime, the front door. Because I'm like, man.
Well, now you know why I don't keep a lot of heat going in the house. I have that one room that I keep nice and warm for Fred. And then I sleep in there in the wintertime. Got a couch in there. And, that way I don't have to heat another room just for me to sleep in. And then I keep some heat going back in the utility room because that's where the pipes are. Keep the pipes from freezing. And the rest of the house, I don't run very much heat in because it's expensive.
We had a, not a fireplace, but like the big metal box. What's that called? I guess it was a fireplace, but it's not embedded in the wall. It's, outside the wall. It's just a big metal box with the door.
Heat exchanger?
No, it's just for wood, burning wood.
Oh, okay.
So we would throw some logs in there, and man, that would really heat the whole house up.
Yeah, Jim says it's called a stove.
A stove, yeah, okay. Wood stove. That's right. Wood stove.
Yeah.
And it was funny because the way that they assess the houses for the assessment of your house, wood stoves don't put you in another category. Like a fireplace would up the value according to the county assessment, but not the wood stoves.
Well, I wouldn't mind having a wood stove, but the problem would be then my property insurance would go up.
Oh.
Because property insurance doesn't like fires in your house.
Yeah.
And my insurance is high enough. I don't need it going up anymore.
One time it scared me because I was like, I'd like to see how hot I can get this wood stove. And then I'm like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh no. And then, of course, to cool it down, you open the door the whole way and flood it with oxygen. And then it will actually not burn as hot, because what you want to do is kind of close the door and open it just a crack. And then it gets super, super heated. But when you open the door the whole way, it kind of simmers back down. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, Iron Firehorse says same with her old house. Big hike in insurance for wood stoves. Yeah. When I first moved here and had to get homeowners, I got into it with the insurance company I had then. I no longer have them because it became very apparent to me that they didn't have a lick of sense. But the guy comes out here, check everything out, and then they send me the bill. So I assume, okay, everything must be all right, because why would they send me a bill if it wasn't okay? So then they send me a letter saying that they are canceling my insurance because I didn't meet all of their criteria. And I'm going down through this thing trying to figure out, well, what in the heck is it that I didn't meet? And they said, well, I had limbs against the house or on the house. And I went out and I looked, there's only one tree that's even close to the house. There's the pine tree up by the front porch, but there's no limbs that touch the house or anywhere near. And I'm like, well, okay, that ain't right. And so I go on down through, and then they had something else marked. It was ridiculous. I forget what that was. But the other one that really blew my mind is that I didn't have an ash can.
What's an ash can?
It would be a can to put ashes in.
For what?
That's what I wanted to know, because it's an all electric house with baseboard heat.
Jeez.
So I called them up and I said, okay, I need somebody to explain this to me, because I don't know what you're talking about. And he said, well, it says they're here that there's some limbs against the house. And I said, where? Somebody needs to come and actually show me where there's limbs against the house, because there are no limbs against the house. I've went out there and looked. I said, I did have some bushes in the very front of the house, but I've since ripped them out and re-landscaped. So there's not even any bushes out there now. And
Hobby's heading out. Bye, Hobby. Have a good night.
Bye, Hobby. Thanks for coming.
Drop a like on your way out if you haven't already. Thank you.
So then I went on down, whatever the other thing was, and they didn't have any explanation for that either. And then I said, okay, what's this thing about an ash can? I said, because I can go up to the hardware store and get a metal trash can or something if it's absolutely necessary for me to have one, but I want to know what it's for. And he says, well, don't you have a wood stove? I said, no, it's all electric baseboard heat. And he says, well, do you have a grill? I said, no, I don't have a grill. And he says, well, do you have a fire pit? I said, no, I don't have a fire pit. I said, I don't even smoke. What do I need an ash can for? Explain to me, what the hell do I need an ash can for? I'll go buy one if I have to have it to get the insurance, but I don't know what I need it for. And he says, well, I think we can cross that off the list. He says, but what I need you to do is I need you to go outside and take pictures of the outside of your house and send them to me. And I said, okay, I can do that. So I went out, I took the pictures, I emailed them over to him. He called me back about an hour later and he says, these pictures that you've sent me don't even look anything like the house that the inspector brought in here. I said, look, I don't know what drugs he was on. I don't know whose house he sent you pictures of. I have no idea. I'm not responsible for your guy. All I can do is take pictures of the house that I live in. I can give you a URL that will show you the house from where I bought it from the listing. And you can compare them to the pictures I showed you if you doubt me. But I'm trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with you people.
See, now this is a case where you got to fight in order to give someone money for a service they're going to sell you.
Yeah.
I draw the line on principle. I'm just like, I'll go somewhere else.
Well, then every 6 months when they'd send me a bill, they'd raise the price. And I'm not talking a little bit. We're talking $50-$60 every time they sent me the bill. And I'd have to call them and fight with them about it. And it was always the same story as, well, there's been so many claims in your area. I said, I'm not responsible for what other people are doing. I'm responsible for my property, and I've made no claims.
Does it work?
And they said, well, you're not going to be able to get it any place cheaper. And I said, well, I think I'm going to try. And so I found someplace that was less expensive, and I went with them. Same coverage. Now, the last time I got a bill from them, it had gone up over a period of a year. It went up $20. And I thought, well, okay, and I don't like it, but okay, I'll suck up the $20 a lot faster than I will like 120 a year.
Yeah. For sure.
And they didn't even know how to get pictures of the right house to, give you all this foolish shenanigans.
I flip around car insurance because first time you're on car insurance, you're like, oh, new policy. We'll give you the discount. And then it renews and they smack you. So then I switch to someone else.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about my automobile insurance because when I had the van, I changed over to a different insurance company because they gave me a much better rate. Well, now I've got this car.
I think Leonard Davis is leaving, or he's saying someone have a good night, or maybe he's saying have a good night.
Well,
Whoever's
Leonard,
leaving, goodbye.
If you're leaving, I'm sorry to see you go.
Glad you were here.
You were here.
Drop a like.
Yeah, bring your friends next week. But yeah, when I changed over to the car, it was like they saw me coming. And I talked to 2 or 3 other companies after that because I thought, man, this hurts. This is ouch. That you'd think that I bought a Rolls Royce or something. It's etched in gold. Well, what the hell? But yeah, every place has been pretty close to the same number. So I'm going to have to shop around and see what I can do before it comes due next time.
When I bought my last car, it was a Saturn Vue, and they had been out for about 3 years. So weren't a brand new type of model, but I was dealing with it sounded like the oldest lady I was talking to. Not that that's a bad thing. It really isn't. But she's like, I don't see this car in our system. She sounded like she'd been smoking all her life too. Again, not a bad thing. And she goes, I'm going to put it in as an 11. And I'm like, what does 11 mean? Oh, don't worry about it. It's just a code we use. And whatever it was 3 times higher than what it should be. I was like, what?
Honey, back that down to a 3.
So I was like, whatever. Then I stopped that conversation. I looked for other insurance, way cheaper. And I was like, all right, I'm going to be the better person. I'm going to call them back. So I called them back and talked to someone else because it's, the luck of the draw, whoever you get. And I'm like, look, this is what happened. She did this whole spiel about 11. She obviously didn't know what she was doing or couldn't find the right car record or whatever in the database. And I'm like, I found insurance, same coverage, X amount cheaper. I'm like, I want to stick with you. I've been using you forever. Let's make it right. They would not budge. They would not budge. Like, well, if you roll in your home insurance too, then it can get, I'm like, and then what would that be? And it was still hot, for the car policy. It was, I was like, I can't do it. And they're like, well, you're going to lose the multi, or no, I had already had the home with it. So I was getting the multi policy discount already. Like, sir, you're going to lose your multi policy discount. I'm like, even with the multi-policy discount, it's 3 times as expensive because of this. I'm going to put it in as an 11. It would not budge. I'm like, I'm not going to renew it. On principle, they wouldn't fall on the sword.
Yeah.
I'm like, fine. Ever since then, I've been jumping around every year, get a new.
I've got my car with one company and I've got the house with another company. And I may call the guy I got the house through. He's a broker, so he has access to all kinds of companies. And I thought he did a pretty good job with the house insurance when I switched over to him. So I may call him up and talk to him about the car and see what he can do when it comes time to talk about renewing it.
For the car, I do like the full tort, because then you can sit without that. Then you waive your right to a courtroom. I'm like, oh no, I'll pay extra. I'm like, I am not giving that up. And that's for pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Because without it, you just get your car and you get your medical bills paid. And that's it. If you're lucky. But without full tort, like you can't go back. And so anyway.
Yeah. Oh, well, and for everybody in the audience, I guess I could tell them that, I think I've got almost everything squared away about the car now, except putting the door on the garage, the side door. I needed a new side door. So that's going to happen here in the next few days. But I got my plates for the car, and I got my payment book from the bank. They wanted to get paid. So they came off that payment book. And so I think I've got the stuff for the car finally squared away now. But my plates, you love my plates. Since it's a VW Beetle, I got BTL JUIC.
Beetlejuice.
Yep.
I dig it.
The guy that does my maintenance work and stuff, every time he comes over here, I've done something new. I put my plates on the car, and he saw that and he started laughing. I said, I'm trying to give everybody fair warning, just not to mess with me. And I figure if they see those plates, that should be their first clue. And then I got an emblem for the back of it that says Redneck Edition. Clue number 2.
I want pictures.
And I got a sign up out there that says you're under surveillance, and a half dozen cameras posted all over out there. There's clue number 3.
And you need to beware of dog.
Well,
although your dogs would probably lick the person to death because they're probably so personable.
Well, now my dogs are a little different. But they're trained, and they don't bark. But they're trained to let you in. You're going to play hell getting out. I learned that trick a long time ago when I was training dogs, and I trained a Rottweiler that way. And so now I've just trained them all that way. If somebody wants in, you let them in. Don't let them out.
Jim Dockrell has a fact. Beetlejuice, which is the star, it's the red star in the Orion constellation. It's the top left one. He says it's the 10th brightest star in the night sky. Well, guess what? Beetlejuice has shrunk. Since it's a red giant, they go through these pulsing stage where they get larger and smaller and larger and smaller. So it has lost a considerable amount of its brightness. And it could go supernova maybe within the next 1,000 years, which is a blink of an eye in the cosmic timeline.
Yeah.
And there's a chance it could go supernova in our lifetime. Wouldn't that be cool? You'd see it during the day. Hey, we got a
look at there. Chat. Oh, he wants. Hey, where did I put it? Lord have mercy. Can't let that get away from me. More cowbell.
Let's see here.
Poor Maddie's trying to find his light button.
Well, I got a text that I got money in my bank account. There was a return from Amazon that apparently I don't remember. Why did Amazon pay me $23.61?
Hey, don't ask questions. They want to give you money, you take it.
Think I'll go get some ice cream.
Yeah, I celebrated a little bit the other day. You know, I refinanced the car with my bank because when I bought the car, they financed it through a bank over in Ohio, and that was just going to be a big pain in the rump. You know, I was going to have to actually mail checks every month and all that. When I can just, you know, every time I go to the bank here in town, I can pay. So I refinanced here in town, and I paid off the one in Ohio. So I got a check the other day. It wasn't for much, but, you know, hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Somebody sends you money, take it. It said that it was overpaid a little bit, so they sent me that. And
you'll owe it back to them. Believe me, you'll owe it back to them. But it's nice to get a little in your hand.
Well, I don't owe it back to them because, you know, I'd overpaid on.
Yeah, you'll owe it back to your new loan.
On the new loan.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But, you know, that's okay. You know, I'll take it.
Get a little bit of wiggle room. Nothing wrong with that.
You know, that'll pay a bill anyway. But yeah. And just so everybody knows, when somebody sends me super chat money and I do eventually get a check from AdSense, it takes a few months for me to get up enough money here on this channel to get a check. But when I do get it, the money goes toward the postage for these giveaways that I do. That's what I use the money for. So if you feel so inclined as to donate to the super chat, that's where the money goes. Yeah, Jim Dockrell says he paid cash for his truck, broke his heart after saving all that time. I'll tell you what.
Don't have monthly payments.
I worked like a dog to pay for that van. It's the most expensive vehicle that I ever owned, and I worked like a dog. I mean, I was putting in 18 hours, some days more than that, 7 days a week to make enough money to pay off the house and pay off the vehicle before I retired so I wouldn't have those bills. And now I got a car payment again on Social Security. Talk about hurting. Ouch. And all because some fool decided to take a Sawzall to my van. You know?
Life's not fair.
Nope. But I believe in karma.
Yeah.
They'll pay for that.
I'm hungry for ice cream now that I mentioned ice cream.
Corkboard said, sent you a message on Hangouts with the address for you to send. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll look for that after the show. Yeah, Jim Dockrell says, I hate payments. I understand that. I don't like them either.
Man, well, at around springtime 2021, 2 of my loans are going to be paid off. I had my surgery. I'm still paying on the surgery that I had. And we bought another item for the house. And not long now. I'm
Well,
just like,
them shiny new Hooters cost a lot of money.
I know, right? Yeah. Got to get them polished up every now and then.
That's right. You know, that Hooter polish, that don't come free.
Yes, they are, Jim. I see your comment. That's been self-centered. Oh, Brenda removed the censorship.
No, it wasn't me.
Yeah. Well, Jim Bashir's is a wrench. Maybe he did it. So it's corkboard. You let everyone be a wrench. Who wants to be a wrench on Brenda's
You're a wrench. You're a wrench. And everybody's a wrench.
Can Skeletor be a mod on your channel?
Iron Power said, I paid cash for my last car in 2009. It just died. I can't even get a loan now. Oh, man. Whew.
You know, I do loans for the cars with the intent on owning them over a period of time when I don't have a car payment.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't always turn out that way.
Well, that's my intention too. This I intended for the van to be my last vehicle because I don't drive hardly any. You know, 1,500 to 2,000 miles a year is what I put on a vehicle.
That's
So
nothing.
it should last me forever.
Uh-oh, another super chat for my hooter
For your hooter polish. oh, I tell you what, for that, he's going to get more cowbell.
Thank you, Portal.
But yeah, I figure this car will last me, forever, especially if I keep it locked up in the garage and under, severe surveillance. Dare anybody to even think about getting close to it.
Hey, check it. Oh. Why?
Why are you confused, Grasshopper?
I'm confused because the YouTube interface used to put the little super chats hanging at the top. Does it still do that?
No.
Why'd they take that off?
Well, why did they take the ability to go to somebody's channel off? Why does she do anything that she does?
Am I going to have a talk with Susan again?
Why did she lock up my chat a while ago? I mean, why does she keep playing with the numbers on my channel, on the views and stuff? Why?
I wish I knew.
Is she related to somebody named Pelosi? That's what I want to know. She's neighbors with her, isn't she? Maybe it's rubbing off. Yeah, Jim Bashir says we usually run ours until the wheels fall off. That's the way I did about on the farm, buddy. The wheels, the quarter panels.
That's what I bought my current car used, and then it gets to that 50,000 mile mark, and then you got to get a new battery, you got to get new tires, you got to get new brakes, you got to get new like right around that time, like everything just needs replaced. Not that it breaks, it just wears out.
Yeah.
So I finally got through all that crap, and now the car, this is the second inspection where it's passed with no added stuff. But
yeah,
time before that, I was shelling out the money.
Mm-hmm. Now on my car, I got a warranty package on it that is good for life. I will have to pay for stuff that wears out.
Yeah.
But if anything malfunctions that shouldn't be malfunctioning,
like the powertrain and
the motor, something goes wrong with it, it's taken care of. And I get free rental while it's laid up.
See, now that I waived on my car insurance, that I can pay a little bit less without the rental option.
But that's not on my insurance. That is the warranty package.
Okay.
And I get free roadside assistance with it. I mean, they took care of me on this. So
good.
I'm very pleased with that part of it. The one thing that I am very disappointed about, besides having to make car payments, is that I can't haul stuff in it like I could the van. I had all that room. I could have got an elephant in the back of that cargo van. People's always asking me, what are you going to haul in that? And I'd say, any damn thing I want to.
That's right. Hey, Brenda, announcement. My moderator made it in here. Boycott Matt Haas.
Oh, yeah?
With Matt slipping again with the YouTube knowledge because I didn't realize that the super chats don't hang at the top anymore. Yeah. So he's punishing me.
Yeah, you're supposed to know these things. You're supposed to be all things YouTube.
Yeah, it's true.
We're going to have to put a discllaimer on that now. All
I
things
follow.
YouTube except
the item was not disclosed.
All things YouTube except what Susan changes on him.
That's right. It's Susan's fault. She's pulling a fast one on me.
Well, listen, I think we probably entertained these folks enough for one night. And you're going to do your thing there again Monday night on All Things YouTube?
Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern on All Things YouTube. Catch it live.
I'm going to put a Heifer Haven up later tonight, so y'all be looking for it either late tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, I should remind people I have a YouTube course with 32 lessons that are free. Go to allthingsyoutube.com. Go on my website, allthingsyoutube.com. Sign up. You'll get 32 how to be awesome on YouTube lessons for free. Allthingsyoutube.com. Go check it out.
Now, keep in mind, they're Matt's lessons. They're not my lessons.
And when I structured my course, I said, what would Brenda do? And I did the opposite in the lesson.
Yeah. Because I don't do things the way Matt does them. Ever.
She keeps all her thumbnails the same. She keeps the descriptions the same.
The descriptions are always the same, except for what the subject is.
That's good.
And then the thumbnails are the same, except for whatever the subject is.
Yeah, you have started to do a few things better, I must admit. But some things you do, there's no rhyme or reason to it. At least from the YouTube system and algorithm point of view. But it's working for you, right. So hey, you keep doing you.
That's right. It's like, people asking, well, what should I do my channel about? What do you want to do it about? Don't do it because everybody else is doing it, or that you think that you'd get a lot of views because you do that. Do it because it's something you enjoy doing, and that'll show through in your videos. You enjoy
That's
doing
so
it.
True. That I agree with. Brenda and I agree on that point. Moz42 has a question for me. Has Matt consulted Heifer Haven? Well, is that question, have I given Brenda YouTube advice on how to structure Heifer Havens, or have I asked a question on Heifer Haven?
He has not asked me a question on the show. However, he did ask me a question here on the show and said he needed some free advice, and I did give him that free advice. He said that he wanted to know what to do about his son that would invite him over for like steaks and waffles and then not feed him when he got there. And I told him, I said, well, you just park yourself and say, well, where's the steak? What do you mean the waffle maker's at your girlfriend's? How long is it going to take you to go get it?
That's right.
I'm here for waffles.
Yeah,
I'm not leaving.
That was sound advice you gave me, because my son promised me waffles, and the waffle maker was at the girlfriend's house. So
yeah, so you just put it to him. I ain't leaving until I get my waffles. I'm here. I live here now. Now you support me. Here's my car payment
making
book.
The college payments right there.
Here's the car payment book. Here's the insurance payments. Here's my bills.
There's some YouTube news in the chat. Iron Firehorse says, I made my first edited video today. I put a bunch of small videos together, LOL, before I used the pause button. Good for you.
I can't even remember how to edit videos, and I'm going to have to be figuring it out, because I'm going to be doing some stuff probably before the end of the month that I have to figure that out on. I hate editing. I hate it. That's not my forte. And I'm not talking about Al. But anyway, I digress. I think we'll shut her down for tonight. I'll put a heifer up later, and you can check that out. You can check out Matt's show on Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then, Lord willing, creek don't rise. We'll be back here next Thursday night and cause some more trouble. That's what we're good at.
Live long and prosper.